favorite track, we going upwind. No hurries out at sea, in the meantime we'll be basking in each other's company and round up down the waves we dive off into the rays and fall off. Down the wind we go, northern naked skin.
In this episode, Magic Carpet floats for the first time in 4 years, and we have a few stressful experiences with transporting a boat overland. The journey to the Mediterranean Sea has begun.
Hey, listen, can you smell the land is close? Black dirt and fire can reach my nose. Let out the mizzen, let's gain some speed. I'll take the wheel while you relax and read, and round up down the waves we dive off into the rays and fall off. Down the wind we go, northern naked skin.
On the night of June 21st, we enlisted the help of a friend to drive Magic Carpet from the boatyard to the lake. Now, the boatyard in Switzerland is right next to one of Europe's biggest lakes called the Bodensee, and it's only a few minutes drive with a tractor down to the lake. It was really windy that night, and it was almost midnight by the time we arrived, with Magic Carpet perched atop her really small little trailer. We had scheduled a crane for 8 a.m. the next morning to lift Magic Carpet into the water, and we planned to sleep on the boat that night, even though that she was still on land just next to the harbor. The real adventure actually started next morning when we were getting the boat positioned underneath the crane. So Magic Carpet's trailer is pretty old. It's the trailer that came with the boat. It's this little blue trailer, and I don't even know if it's meant for the amount of weight that Magic Carpet is. I don't know. But in any case, as we were positioning the boat under the crane, the axle on the trailer snapped. And apparently it's broken before and it's been welded before, but it broke again. And it meant that we couldn't steer the trailer. And we were literally only 10 meters away from the crane, but we couldn't pull the trailer. It was so frustrating. So we tried a bunch of different things, but then eventually Aladino grabbed a 2x4 and just started hitting the wheel of the trailer to turn it while I drove the tractor forward, like really slowly. So progressing like this, me driving at a snail's pace and Aladino literally steering with a 2x4, we made it underneath the crane and we lifted Magic Carpet into the water.
We'll find a land where we can build us a small cabin in the woods where the trees are tall. We'll drink the water from a fresh mountain stream and grow a garden of flourishing dreams and round up down the way.
And that day that we chose to do Magic Carpet's test sail, we were really lucky because normally the Bodensee has almost no wind in the summer. Like, it can be quite boring for sailboats, but today was a very windy day. So we actually really got to test out Magic Carpet under sail, and she performed really nicely. We actually made it up to 6.5 knots was our top speed that day, which is pretty good for a full keel, small little boat like Magic Carpet. And apparently Vindo's, Magic Carpet is a Vindo 32, apparently they heel a lot in the wind, which we definitely found to be true. When we were going upwind, the boat was leaning way over at about a 30-degree angle at times. which is a lot for a cruising boat, and I kind of had to get used to that again. I haven't really sailed actually in a year, really, because we spent the winter in Mexico on a road trip. And I definitely had to get used to that again, because last year we had a pretty scary experience where we were knocked down sideways on a little boat on the same lake actually. And we managed to get out of that boat and ourselves unharmed, but it was still the scariest experience I've had on a boat so far. And so heeling that far over kind of reminded me of that feeling of just like being thrown over sideways. But got over it and yeah, sailed really well.
Blue water under blue, blue skies. Black and blue, boy living high. Blue water under blue, blue skies. Just in time you made it alright. Paradise seems so far away.
So we even raised our decorative flags to commemorate the occasion. Magic carpet looked beautiful.
Dice said, do you wanna play? Let me know, coconut lover.
And then the next morning we took the boat out of the water again actually. The point of that sail was just a test sail to see if the boat was performing okay, but that lake is landlocked and we want to get out to the Mediterranean. That's our goal, right? So that was just to test everything close to home, close to the boatyard, and everything worked really well. So the next adventure of transporting Magic Carpet was on June 29th. And we had a transport booked from Kreuzlingen, where the boat is, or where the boat was, to Basel, where I am right now. And Basel is the beginning of the canal system which spreads throughout Europe, and through this canal system we're going to get out into the Mediterranean eventually. But it's about a 2-hour drive to get there, so we had to book a transport to get there. That worked okay. We had to improvise a few things, but all good in the end. We got here, the boat was safe. The scariest part for me actually was seeing Magic Carpet on the huge crane being lifted into the water. Basel is a really industrial area, and so you have a lot of cargo container ships coming with big containers on board, and so lots of big industrial cranes and shipyards and stuff to facilitate all of that transportation. So we got Magic Carpet lifted on one of these industrial cranes, and she was lifted way up into the air over all these piles of boxes. And it was kind of nerve-wracking to see, especially knowing her history of being dropped from a crane.
Just in time you made it alright. Blue water under blue, blue skies. Black and blue, boy living high. Blue water with your blue, blue eyes. Just in time you made it alright. Just in time you made it alright. Just in time you made it alright.
And eventually she arrived safely in the water. That feeling of having the boat on the water and motoring around, even though we weren't sailing, I mean sailing is even better, but just moving on the water, my stress just began to dissipate.
Welcome to Basel. Yeah, it's always a big casino here. This is international water. Switzerland meets France and Germany. And there is cranes and containers being lifted from the boats, which come from Rotterdam, all the way from the Netherlands, come to Switzerland, load, unload, load.
So the boatyard in Basel is owned by two of Aladino's really good friends, and who are now my really good friends too. They are the most amazing, hardworking, dedicated people I've ever met. I mean, they're just incredible. They own the boatyard, just the two of them. They don't have any employees. They do all the work themselves. They get here at around 8 a.m. in the morning, and sometimes they don't leave until 10 at night. They work every day on the weekends. Like, it's phenomenal how much they do. So Noel and Harissa are the owners of Nautic Solution. They are incredible, and Noel knows everything. I mean, he's like Aladino's boat building hero. Something really cool happened here also, and that is that the previous owner of Magic Carpet came to visit her. This is a really special and kind of crazy story, because he bought the boat brand new and he's owned it for 37 years before it fell from a crane. And that was obviously a really emotional time for him and his wife, and it still is. I mean, he almost got tears in his eyes, I think, when he saw the boat and saw it floating again and saw it with people on board who love it. So he came down and answered a bunch of our questions, actually, about how things were set up before and what he did to customize the boat, which was really helpful. And he also brought us a few other things that he had for the boat, such as a weather fax, which is really exciting, really nice life jacket with a lifeline attached to it, an outboard motor mount, just a few little things like that he still had lying around, so that was really sweet. So the plan now is to head out on the canals. We're gonna leave tomorrow, actually. Right now is Saturday, tomorrow will be Sunday. And two of Aladino's friends are joining us, Malte and his girlfriend Lena, which is gonna be really exciting. I met them for the first time about a week ago, and they seem super sweet, so that's gonna be really fun to have another couple on board as well. It's gonna be squishy. 4 people on the boat is a lot, but I think it'll just add to the fun. I don't know, the fun and the chaos of going through the canals. I've never been through canals before. Apparently there's 130 locks we have to go through, but that's for the next episode. I'll leave something for you guys to look forward to, and for us to look forward to. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and also to those of you who have come up to me in person and said how much you enjoyed the videos. That always makes me really, really happy. Like all of the people in the boat community who know Aladino from before and who follow along with these videos, it really makes my day when you guys tell me how much you like them. So thanks. I'll keep making them. I have fun making them. And we will see you in the next episode.